Hello, 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 Stamping Friends. How is everyone today? I'm hearing a little bit of feedback in my ears, so I'm wanting to make sure I check. I'm not quite sure where it's coming from. I think it's gone now. Oh, it's gone now. Woohoo! Perfect. I can hear myself. Guys, thank you so much for waiting for me this evening. If you'll give me just a quick second, I'll go ahead and I'll share this video so that we can invite more people to join us in the craft room. I am hearing an echo. While I do that, if you can, just take a minute and let me know if you can hear me, if the sound is okay, if the video is okay, and then we can go ahead and get started. I apologize again for starting late this evening. I got on and would it not know? Automation and technology, it can be your friend, but then in the next breath, it is your worst nightmare. Go figure. Ah, oh well. As my mom used to say, what doesn't kill you only makes you stronger, right? So we are going to be strong today. Almost ready for you. Perfect. All right. I hope you guys can hear me. This is day 2 of our unboxing for the 12 days of crafting Advent calendar event. Sorry, I had to think about that for a second. All right. If you joined us last night, you'll see that we opened day 1, and day 1 produced some amazing dies, the coordinating dies for the 12 days of crafting Advent calendar stamp set. And with those dies, we created this card. Okay? And then at the end of yesterday, of the video last night, we revealed what our day 2 product was. And our day 2 product was these amazing designer series papers. And I posted in my Facebook group for you to decide which ones you wanted to vote. Nobody voted, so I picked which papers I wanted to work with tonight. Now there were 20 sheets, single-sided. Two of each sheet, each print. So it's 10 prints, 2 sheets each. And I chose, well, you'll see which ones I chose. Now the colors that I see in this print, basic beige, I believe this is Pretty in Pink, Um, it didn't come with any of the normal, um, what do you call it, that comes with the sheet. This is more than likely old olive, maybe. Then there's some sheets that have Misty Moonlight, Secret Sea, and Cloud Cover, mm, and Basic Beige. I think those are all the colors. Um, Darling Duckling, or this could possibly be Crushed Curry. So I went ahead and I picked two of the prints to work with tonight. And the idea for my card came, and I hope it works the way I saw it in my head. So I went with that one, and I went with this. Those are the two prints that I chose to work with this evening. Someone's watching. Say hello. Please say hello. Let me know if you can hear me. If you're not, hopefully you're not hearing that awful feedback that I seem to be hearing. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's put these aside. So when I'm doing these, I like to pre-cut or pre-die cut as many items as I can. That way I don't have to spend a lot of time doing the die cutting. So I've die cut some elements already. I'm not sure we're going to be able to use them all, but I did die cut the elements. Okay. I created some shimmer paper. And then I just stamped and die cut. This is Secret Sea and Misty Moonlight. This is Strawberry Slush and Pretty in Pink. And then I stamped my butterfly in Basic Beige and the body in Misty Moonlight. All right, so let me share with you the idea that I had for my card, and hopefully it'll work. So this is the design that we're going to work with today. I wanted to be able to see um, all of the beautiful papers, and so I decided this is the print or the design. It's a little bit of a fancy fold, but either way, let's get going. So what we're going to need to create this card is we're going to need a card base, and our card base is 4¼ by 11. We're going to score that at 5½. We're going to need some designer series paper. Now I cut this at 1½ by 5¼ but I'm going to cut this down into two smaller pieces that's 3/4 inches each. So then we'll have two pieces that's 3/4 by 5¼ I created a mat, and again I printed this in the bigger size. And so this is let's see, 1½, 1¾ sorry, 1¾ by 5�3/8. And then I'm going to trim this down so that I can mat my two pieces, and those will be 7/8 of an inch by 5�3/8 of an inch. I need one piece of designer series paper that's 2 inches by 5¼ and I'm going to need a piece of basic white that is 2 inches by 5¼ and then their mats, two pieces that's 2 1/8 by 5 3/8. And that's all the cardstock that we are going to need to create tonight's card. You're going to need some scrap for sentiments and things of that nature. All right, so what we're going to do with our card base is we're going to cut 1 inch on each side. So I'm going to use the trimmer, the Stampin' Up trimmer. And you know we have the measurements on the left hand side and the right hand side. We have up to 1.5 inches. And so I'm going to go ahead on that side and I'm going to cut 1 inch from the 5.5 inch score line all the way up. I don't think I was right on that line. I felt it. There we go. And then I'm going to adjust this and I'm going to go to the right hand side and I'm going to do the same thing. There we go. I felt that little give. All right. Let's put our trimmer away. All right, so now let's go ahead and reinforce and burnish our folds. Now we want to make sure everything is lined up. And then burnish. So now you can see we have two sides that are 1 inch by 5.5. And then we have our centerpiece that is 2.5 by 5.5. So that's how I came up with the measurements for everything else. Okay. So let's go ahead. Let's bring our trimmer in. Back again. Let's just get all of our trimming done. So we need this to be 3/4 of an inch. And because we cut it at 1/2 inch and a half of 1.5 inches is 3/4. So if we cut this in half and you see we lined it up perfectly, we'll have two pieces that's 3/4 of an inch by 5.25. Now these need to be 7/8 of an inch. So we're going to go ahead and line this up. And you'll see again, we have 7/8 of an inch on both sides of the trimmer. Perfect. Now we're just going to adhere our pieces. Now during these videos, I keep these fairly simple. Not sure why I seem to have this big old shadow on that side. Is that better? All right. So just going to adhere this. Guys, while I'm doing this, let me just remind you that today Stampin' Up debuted our $5 product of the month. When you spend $75, you qualify for the product of the month. Now, this month is some designer series paper. It's beautiful. Now, the thing with this program is while supplies last. So if it's posted on the 2nd of every month, I believe. And so if there's something that you would like, this would be the time to get it so that you would be eligible for the product of the month at $5. And you still get to earn rewards on it. How amazing is that? All right. I am excited about the card we made last night. I hope you are too. All right. Then we're going to take our designer series paper. That's 2 inches by 5 1/4. And we're going to mat that to its coordinating piece. That is 2 1/8 by 5 3/8. Now I cut these so that there's an eighth of an inch border all the way around. There we go. And then we can adhere them to the card base. I keep sniffling. I'm sorry, you guys. As the weather changes, my allergies just kick in like ridiculously. Okay, that's one. And from this point, you have a couple of options. Now, I'm going to keep this fairly simple for us today. At least I think I am. Okay. So we have some decision points to make at this point. I'm going to share with you the 2 options you have when you're creating this card today. And then you can let me know which way that you want me to go. Okay. All right. So we are at our decision point right here. So the first fold that I'm thinking of, right, is we will adhere both of these sides to the card base. And so all you do is we'll lift this and we'll see our sentiment on the inside, like so. That's card option number 1. I like that. Card option number 2 is, and I think that's what I'm going to, because I already cut this, is we make this a spanner card, meaning we keep this here, like so. We add a piece of a crossbar. So then when we do this, we have level 1, but then we would have to cut some more pieces, lift this, and then this will be layer 2. I'm going to do that one so you'll see the difference. For tonight, because I've already cut this the way it's going to work, this is what we're going to do. We're just going to adhere these pieces down. So this will be our wow card. Oops, make sure it's where it needs to be. Do the same thing here. Now I use liquid glue. You can also use tape runner, the Stampin' Seal. You can use tear and tape. I just prefer um, liquid glue. All right, then we're going to do the same thing here. Now this way we get to see both sides of our beautiful cards, our designer paper. All right, so we're going to do a little bit of stamping. Stamp a sentiment on the inside. Let's see. Hmm. How about let's make this I'm going to make this a birthday-ish card. Mm, and I want it to be a little soft, so I'm going to bring out, um, let's go with Pretty in Pink. Perfect. All right, let's go ahead and condition this a little bit. Oops, I rub it a little too hard. And then I'm going to try to keep this grid paper for the entire 12 days if I don't get it too messy. Okay. I'm going to post these cards to my blog. Um, I'm going to do one big post, and I'm just going to show you day 1, day 2, day 3. So that blog post will go up on the 13th, and it'll be a long blog because it'll include links to everything. Now, if you are interested in the kit, the 12 Days of Crafting Advent Calendar set, this item Stampin' Up! Just posted today that it was moved to our last chance items. What that means is while supplies last is when it'll be available. So again, if there's this something that you see that you are interested in, please don't delay, as there's no telling when we'll see it back, when it'll be available. Okay? If you are looking for the information, you can go ahead and shop on my website. My website is www.sweetsignatures.stampinup.net. and I will post the link in the description that will take you directly to the kit. That way you don't have to search for it. It'll take you right there. All right. Perfect. So now we're just going to go ahead and stamp and decorate the front of our card. Okay. All right. What sentiment are we going for? Um, I'm trying to use everything that's in this set. Let's go with Miss You. We got 12 days, so we are going to definitely use all of these. 1, 2, 3. We're definitely going to try to use it all. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and condition this. All right. Looking for some basic white. I know I always have a little piece around. There we go. Go ahead and stamp our sentiment. Miss you. Gonna heat emboss up. And if you ever need to reach out to me, my information is scrolling at the top of the screen. It's also in the description box. So you have multiple ways that you can contact me if you have any questions about any of the products that I'm using, about Stampin' Up if you're interested, about our paper pumpkin. Our Cyber Monday special is still ongoing. It started yesterday. And part of that Cyber Monday special, or what that Cyber Monday special is an amazing discount on our paper pumpkin subscription. It doesn't count on the month-to-month subscription, but it does count on the 3-month, 6-month, and annual subscription. And you'll get a discount up to $80 when you subscribe. Now, if you're already a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, you can get one as a friend, as a gift for one of your friends, so that they too can start their crafty journey. All right. So I love to triple emboss. That's what I love to do. Perfect. All right. I have one of my punches in mind. Let me see if it will fit. It might. I literally do not throw out any of my punches, you guys. Nope, it won't work on this one. Yeah. this one. Okay. Oh, I think I know what I'm going to do. We're just going to cut this. All right. So this is going to end up being 1 inch. Where's an inch? No. So it's going to be 1 1/4 inches by 2 1/4. Okay. So 1 1/4 inches by 2 1/4 inches is what we have. And then I'm going to look for a matting piece. Did I bring any extra over here? Okay. It's 1.5 inches by 2 1/2. Was it 2 1/4? Okay, 2 1/4. 1 1/4 inches by 2 1/4. So I need this to be 2 1/4. Okay. This is going to be 2 1/2 by 1 1/2. Didn't do a lot of techniques tonight. I decided just to keep it a little simple. And I'm gonna grab. This is the Lovely Labels Pick-a-Punch. I always have to try. Oh, those aren't gonna fit. Yeah, they're not gonna fit in there. Okay, so now I'm just gonna go find my corner rounders. That's what I'm gonna do. Making sure it's in all the way. Perfect. Then we're going to do the same on here. Okay. So now we're going to mat our sentiment. And I do plan on adding the my die cut elements, but I just And I didn't want to have too much height, because of course, with shipping these days, you just have to be very mindful of dimensions and um, what's that other stuff called? Embellishments. Post office is getting a little, what's the word I want to use on that? All right, so we'll go with one of these. Let's go with one of those like that. One of them like that. Yeah, because I don't want to cover my sentiment, right? So we can come as far as this. Sometimes I do work sight unseen, like that. So now our image is down. Perfect. Then we have our other floral element. And we're going to bring this, again, not wanting to, there we go. Got to use what you have, right? Just a dab right there. Perfect. And we're going to add, let that dry. Going to add a dab right here. If you are in the Austin area, I will be doing my first coffee and a card event on Saturday, December 6th at Mandola's Italian restaurant. It's not a cafe. They have graciously allowed us to come in and use their space. So we'll be there at 10 o'clock, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time for 2 hours. And then included in the class fee is a cup of your favorite beverage, up to a certain dollar limit, and or a cup of coffee, or a cup of gelato, I should say. So those are our options for. Where are my dimensionals? Hold on. Do you ever realize you have so many of something, and then when you need them, you never know where they are? Welcome to my life. Welcome to my life. And I keep them out because I'm always using them. Okay. I have to show you guys the behind the scenes one day. You would be amazed. Not really. So, let's do, because I think we'll be safe with this one. We'll be safe with this one. So you just have to be very careful about where and how we put adhesive, otherwise we'll nail our card shut, right? Hold on. One of my friends taught me this little trick, Valerie, right? So I know where I want it to be, right? Then I'm gonna turn it over. Oops. And then, all right, perfect. So then I don't need any adhesive anywhere past that. I hope I remembered it right. Otherwise, I'd be in trouble. All right, we are almost done with our card today. And then we get to open and do our reveal for tomorrow. We're starting a little bit later tomorrow. I have an appointment after work. I should be home, but just on the off chance that I get delayed or anything else of that nature, we're just going to start a little bit later tomorrow. So we can put a piece right here. And I think we can put a piece right there. I need for it to be a little narrower. Okay. But I'm excited to share with you what tomorrow will reveal. All right. All right. Let's line everything up. And here we go. There we go. Awesome. Let's see. And here's our little butterfly that we can put right here. Now this guy we can put, we're just going to put a little bit of adhesive just on the center of the body. Oops. The beauty of liquid glue. I told you guys. All right. Last but not least, we got to put a little bit of some gems on here. Make it a little bit pretty. I'm just using some that I found around here. These are, 2022, 2024. I'm going to try to pull some of the blue. And there we have it, you guys. We have done our card featuring our surprise from the Day 2 kit. I love it. What do you think? Let me see a thumbs up if you like the card. And here we go. It is a little bit of a fancy fold. I am going to use these same materials, and I'm going to make the other version for you so that you can see, not tonight, but I'm going to make the other version for you so you can see um, this particular layout. Okay? Awesome. I am excited. Woohoo! I've got some extra ones. That's fine. I love it. And it can stand. And there you go. Perfect. And now, for the moment we have all been waiting for, what does day 3 hold? Let's bring in that box and see what we have in day 3. All right. So we know it's not as big as 6x6 designer series paper. It's smaller than a die. Anybody want to guess? All right, so I'm going to delay for just a quick second, and I'm going to take your guesses for what you think day 3 will have. The person that guesses correctly will receive a prize. So what do you think day 3 will be? All right. Let's see. Day 3. Take a look at these beauties. These are some gems. Let's see. Let's take a couple of them out. Okay, so they are slightly rounded. I can see that on that one. Yep. What I can't tell is whether or not, and I don't believe they are, self-adhesive. I don't believe they are. But these are absolutely gorgeous. What do you think? Well, I might make the other version for you tomorrow and use these gems instead. That's an option. We'll see. All right, so tomorrow we get to create with these amazing gems. Now, don't forget, tomorrow we will probably be going live a little bit later. I do have an appointment after work, but I'm excited to work with these beauties tomorrow. so that we can see what we can create. So here we go. Again, this is day 2, and this is the card that we created yesterday with the dies. As always, guys, don't forget that these this kit, this item is available um, in my online store. It has moved to the last chance items, which generally means that either it's coming towards the end of its available period. So it's in last chance. So once it's gone at that point. So if you are excited by anything that you see that I've worked with thus far, you need to probably head on over to the website and pop this little bubba in your cart. Now, when you pop this in your cart, you will have met the $75 minimum required, and then you can put the product of the month in your cart and only get that for $5. All right, you guys, thanks for joining me this evening. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and invite a friend. Love to have your friends join us. On that note, you guys, thanks for joining me again, and happy stamping.